Let's face it, starting a business can be expensive. You'll need to save a fair amount of money before you can really begin. This startup capital is the money you invest in the form of supplies, marketing, legal services, and other investments to get your business up and running. More on that later. The most important thing for you to know right now is that it is never too early to start saving startup capital. So, how does one begin to save money? The first thing you'll need is a source of income. Income is money received by individuals or businesses. While there are different ways of earning income, the most common way we earn income is by working at a job. Once you are earning income, you can set aside some of your monthly earnings to save towards your startup capital. Let's start making some money. Select a career below to begin earning and saving. Great choice! Teaching is a rewarding and impactful career. The monthly salary of $4,766 may seem like a lot of money, but this isn't actually what you'll be taking home each month. That's why careful budgeting is even more necessary. Let's look at everything that affects your take-home pay and how to manage your remaining money wisely. A spending plan or budget will help you figure out how to spend wisely to save for future goals like startup capital. Click on the hotspots to learn more about the different parts of your budget. This section shows the target savings range you'll need to hit in order to build enough startup capital. As you make choices throughout this activity and adjust your budget, this target range will remain the same. Try to keep your savings within this range. This wheel shows your total budget per month. This is the full amount you'll receive in income each month. The individual sections show how much you anticipate spending on different budget categories. As you make choices about how you want to spend money, these sections will change in size. This list provides a written summary of your total budget, including your income, taxes, spending categories, and savings. A budget is considered balanced when the amount you earn is equal to the amount you spend and save. As you choose how much you want to spend on particular budget categories, you'll see the amounts here. Before you can build a budget with all of your expenses, let's revisit your income. Remember how we said that your income might not actually line up with how much money you take home each month? Well, that's because of taxes. Taxes are the revenue the government collects in order to pay for services like roads, bridges, and even education. They are an important responsibility we carry as citizens. Click to pay the different types of taxes. Federal taxes are taxes you pay to the United States federal government. Federal taxes pay for the military, healthcare, and for building bridges and roads. State taxes are taxes you pay to the state where you earn income. State taxes pay for schools, public transportation, and other important services. Medicare is federal health insurance for people over age 65. Paying Medicare tax now means that when you reach 65, you'll be able to receive this benefit as well. Social Security is a tax that pays for retirement benefits. You pay Social Security now and receive the benefits later in life. A portion of your monthly paycheck goes to paying taxes. The amount left over from your monthly paycheck after deductions is referred to as take-home pay. Once you know how much money you're working with, it's time to plan out your expenses. As you do this, it's important to think about your needs and wants. There are some expenses we cannot do without, like adequate food and a place to sleep at night. And then there are the expenses that might be nice to have, but are less important, like a new pair of designer headphones. When we buy something that we want but do not need, we limit our ability to make other purchases or save towards a big goal like starting a business. We all have things we want and things we need. Drag the items in the order of needs versus wants. Great work! Distinguishing between things you want and things you need is a critical part of managing a personal budget. When thinking about spending and savings strategies, it is important to balance short term wants, like that fresh pair of kicks, and longer term savings goals, like saving startup capital or paying for higher education. One expense that is definitely a need is your housing. We all need a comfortable place to call home. This will be one of your largest expenses each month, so it makes sense to add it to your budget first. Your monthly cost for housing is often referred to as a fixed expense, meaning it will usually stay the same each month. Select the option that works best for your lifestyle and budget. Click on the cards to learn more about your options. Living alone can be great. You can decorate however you choose and enjoy lots of personal space. However, living alone often comes with a high price that can impact your ability to save if you're not careful with other budget items. Sharing your space with a roommate results in significantly cheaper housing expenses. You may need to use headphones if you want to blast your music, but along with sharing the cost, roommates often share responsibilities like cooking and cleaning. In addition to your monthly rent, there are other housing related expenses you'll need to include in your monthly budget, like utilities. Click to pay the different utility bills. Your electric bill covers all the electricity used within your home. This can include lights, air conditioning, computers, and televisions. Your gas bill covers any gas you might use for heating or cooking. The exact amount of your utility bills may vary month to month depending on your usage. For example, if you have a window air conditioner unit, your bill might be higher during hot months. Expenses that change month to month are called variable expenses. Housing and utilities are two of the most important utility expenses to include in your budget. But there are plenty of others, like phone plans and internet service. In this day and age, these monthly expenses are practically needs. Even within those needs, we always have choices that can make the difference between an empty savings account and a full one. Which phone and internet plans do you want to add to your budget? Healthcare can be one of the largest expenses in our budget, especially as we age. No one ever expects to break a leg, but if it happens, hospital costs can add up quickly, so it's important to have some good insurance to pay for those costs. Depending on your health needs, you might want more or less expensive insurance. For example, if you are relatively healthy and typically go to the doctor once or twice a year, you may only need a basic plan. However, if you have a chronic condition or go to the doctor frequently, a more expensive plan might actually end up costing you less in the long run. Which health plan best suits your needs? Now that you've figured out where you will live and how you'll take care of yourself, it's time to figure out that all important task of keeping yourself fed. Which option best suits your budget and lifestyle? You've got options when deciding how you'll get around. Move the slider to explore different transportation choices. Now that you've budgeted for some of the big ticket items you'll face each month, it's time to round out those wants you thought about in the beginning of this exercise. Select how much you want to spend on these additional expenses each month. Check out the budget you've created. If you want to change any of the choices you've made, click on the Written Budget category to return to the section. Great job! If you followed this budget, you would be able to put a lot each month towards starting your own business.